The Japanese mafia, known as the Yakuza, is one of the most notorious and complex criminal organizations in the world. With a history that dates back to the 17th century, the Yakuza has played a significant role in Japanese society, culture, and politics. Although often romanticized in films and literature, the Yakuza is a highly secretive and hierarchical criminal organization involved in a wide array of illegal activities, from drug trafficking to extortion and even legitimate business ventures. The following is an in-depth exploration of the Yakuza, its origins, structure, influence, and current state. Origins of the Yakuza. The origins of the Yakuza are somewhat murky, with various theories suggesting different sources for the group's formation. The most widely accepted theory is that the Yakuza's roots can be traced back to two distinct groups, the Tekiya and the Bakuto. The Tekiya were peddlers and street vendors who often operated outside the law. Many of them were marginalized people, such as the outcasts of the caste system, and lived on the fringes of society. The Bakuto, on the other hand, were gamblers who organized illegal gambling rings. These two groups began to coalesce in the 17th century during the Edo period. At this time, gambling was illegal in Japan, and the Bakuto were forced to operate in secret, often running illegal games or betting schemes. Meanwhile, the Tekiya also operated on the fringes, dealing in stolen goods or working as middlemen in black market trades. As the two groups began to establish a stronger network and solidarity, they merged into what became known as the Yakuza. The name Yakuza itself is derived from a losing hand in a Japanese card game called Oicho Kabu, where 893, pronounced Yakuza, is considered a bad hand. The Yakuza adopted this term to reflect their rebellious and anti-establishment nature, as well as their belief that they were outcasts from society. Structure of the Yakuza. The Yakuza operates with a very strict hierarchical structure that mirrors the traditional Japanese social order. At the top of the Yakuza hierarchy is the Oyabun, father figure, who is the leader of the organization. The Oyabun's authority is absolute, and their word is law. Beneath the Oyabun are various Kobun, subordinates, who serve as loyal followers and carry out the orders of their superiors. The Kobun may be further divided into smaller factions or cells, each headed by a Wakagashira underboss who directly oversees the activities of the lower-ranking members. The Yakuza's structure is often compared to that of a traditional family, with the Oyabun acting as the father and the Kobun as the children. This familial structure fosters loyalty and respect among members, and it is not uncommon for the bond between the Oyabun and his Kobun to be likened to that of a father and son. In this way, the Yakuza operates more like a fraternity or gang than a traditional criminal organization. One of the most distinctive features of the Yakuza is its ceremonial rituals and codes of conduct. Members are required to swear an oath of loyalty, and breaking this oath can result in severe punishment, including physical injury or death. The Yakuza are also known for their practice of yubitsume, finger cutting, a ritual where a member who has committed a serious offense cuts off a portion of their little finger as a form of atonement. This is seen as a symbolic act of submission to the Oyabun and a demonstration of sincerity and loyalty. Activities of the Yakuza. While the Yakuza's activities have evolved over the centuries, they remain deeply involved in various illegal enterprises. These activities range from traditional rackets, such as extortion and loan sharking, to more modern criminal ventures, including cybercrime and drug trafficking. 1. Extortion and protection rackets. One of the Yakuza's traditional methods of operation has been extortion. The Yakuza are known for offering protection to local businesses, particularly in urban areas. In exchange for a monthly fee, business owners are promised safety and security from other criminals or rival gangs. However, the Yakuza's protection often comes at a steep price. Failure to pay can result in violence or property damage, and businesses that refuse to cooperate are often forced out of the market. This type of extortion can also extend to the entertainment industry, where the Yakuza is known to control clubs, bars, and restaurants. They may also have ties to the adult entertainment industry, including pornography and prostitution. 2. Illegal gambling. Gambling has always been a major source of income for the Yakuza, and they continue to be heavily involved in illegal gambling operations. These include traditional forms of gambling, such as pachinko, a Japanese pinball game that can be used for betting, as well as underground casinos and illegal betting rings for sports events. The Yakuza often acts as the middleman in these operations, ensuring that the games run smoothly and collecting the profits. 3. Drug trafficking. Although Japan has strict anti-drug laws, the Yakuza is known to be involved in the illegal drug trade. The Yakuza acts as intermediaries in the smuggling and distribution of narcotics, including methamphetamine, cocaine, and marijuana. They have also been linked to the production and trafficking of synthetic drugs, which are often smuggled into Japan from neighboring countries like China and Korea. Number 4. Human trafficking and prostitution. The Yakuza is notorious for its involvement in human trafficking and prostitution. Many women, often from foreign countries, are brought into Japan under false pretenses and forced into the sex trade. These women are often subjected to physical and emotional abuse and are controlled by the Yakuza through debt bondage, meaning they are forced to work off imaginary debts to the organization. The Yakuza also runs brothels and other illicit businesses that exploit vulnerable individuals. 5. Legitimate businesses and money laundering. In recent years, the Yakuza has increasingly turned to legitimate businesses as a means of laundering money and hiding its illicit profits. The Yakuza has been known to invest in real estate, construction companies, and other businesses. These ventures provide a cover for their criminal activities and help them integrate into mainstream society. Some Yakuza-affiliated companies have even gained prominence, operating within the bounds of the law while still maintaining ties to the criminal underworld. 6. Cybercrime. As technology has evolved, so has the Yakuza. The organization has adapted to the digital age and is now involved in cybercrime, including identity theft, hacking, and online fraud. Yakuza members may also engage in cyber extortion, where they threaten individuals or companies with the release of sensitive information unless a ransom is paid. The Yakuza's influence on Japanese society. Despite their criminal activities, the Yakuza has maintained a certain level of influence in Japanese society. In many ways, the Yakuza's presence is tolerated or even accepted in certain sectors, particularly in the realm of organized crime and the entertainment industry. The Yakuza has long been associated with the image of the anti-hero, often depicted as a figure who operates outside the law but follows his own code of honor. This image has been romanticized in Japanese popular culture, including films, television shows, and literature. The Yakuza's portrayal as a symbol of strength and loyalty has made them a subject of fascination for many people, despite their criminal nature. Moreover, the Yakuza has also maintained ties with certain political and business figures. It is not uncommon for politicians to seek the Yakuza's support during elections, or for business leaders to turn to the Yakuza for protection or assistance with negotiations. These ties have allowed the Yakuza to continue to operate with a degree of impunity, although recent government crackdowns have sought to curtail their influence. Decline and future of the Yakuza. In recent years, the Yakuza has faced increasing pressure from law enforcement and the Japanese government. In the 1990s, the Japanese government began to implement stricter laws against organized crime, including the anti-Boryokuden law, anti-gang law, which made it illegal to associate with known gang members or to provide financial support to criminal organizations. As a result of these measures, many Yakuza groups have experienced a decline in membership and influence. The traditional family-based structure of the Yakuza has been weakened, and younger generations are less inclined to join the organization. Moreover, the rise of cybercrime and international criminal networks has made it more difficult for the Yakuza to maintain control over their traditional activities. Despite these challenges, the Yakuza is still a formidable force in Japan. While their power may have waned, they remain active in certain sectors of society and continue to engage in illegal activities. The future of the Yakuza is uncertain, but as long as there is a demand for illegal goods and services, the organization is likely to continue to evolve and adapt to new challenges. The Yakuza is a complex and multifaceted organization with a long history in Japan. It has been involved in a wide range of criminal activities, from traditional rackets to modern cybercrime, and has maintained a certain level of influence in Japanese society. Although the Yakuza faces increasing pressure from law enforcement, it remains a significant force in the criminal underworld. The future of the Yakuza is uncertain, but its impact on Japanese society and culture is undeniable.